Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Mind the Moment Thursday morning gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino and delighted to be here with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. Good morning, Tara.
Morning, Suzanne, and good morning, everyone. Nice to see you here.
Nice to have you here this morning and nice to see everybody joining. If there's anyone new, a special welcome to you and welcome back to our regulars. Tara, as usual, will pose a question to the group. Then we'll have a little bit of time to type in the chat. I have to open up the chat.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Julia. We had a busy morning this morning. Thank you. I'll just make a little Zoom adjustment. Apologies for that. Thank you. So, Tara will take us through a question and then share some thoughts. So you can type in answer to the question in the chat. So if you go to the bottom of the screen, you can open up the chat and then click the blue drop-down menu to allow everyone to see your comments as you type them. So with that, Tara, what is your question this morning?
Yeah. Well, I'm sort of related to your t-shirt, Suzanne, at this time of year, being Halloween. So the question is, what's a Halloween memory that you have, either from childhood or more recently, perhaps with your own children or children in your life? So what's a memory that you have from this time of year that you'd like to share? And Suzanne, we'll start with you, and then I'll say a little bit, and then we'll go right into a practice.
Okay, sounds good. So I have a number of different memories of my children, but one just came to mind of me growing up. I was a witch for, I think, 6 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
That was my go-to costume.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything else. So I had my little broom and I had my hat, and I was little and the hat was starting not to fit me, but I still wanted to be a witch. So I had a connection there with that community of people.
Uh-huh.
How about you, Tara?
So I have a couple. One is I always went with my best friend who lived on the next street over, and we always knew which house was going to give an apple, and we would just moan and groan about getting an apple. And then we knew which houses had the good chocolate, and year after year, it would sort of play out that way. And the other, I have a funny memory too of one year not having a costume and my mother running around the house, like finding this just array of kind of crazy clothes to put on me. And at the time I was like, oh, all right. But I look back on it now and it's just funny. It's just, so.
I love that. I love that. It also makes me think of my, now with my kids in our neighborhood, one of the Red Sox players lived fairly close by, and everybody wanted to go to that house because, Big Papi was there.
Oh.
So my neighbor brought my kids there, and it turns out that Dustin Pedroia, Big Papi, the Celtics players were all there. They invited my girls in, and they were all doing high fives. And my neighbor, who was very interested in this and all of that, he felt like, why can't I go up there? They didn't invite me.
Suzanne, that is quite a memory.
Yeah, I forgot about that one until just now.
That is quite a memory. Yes. Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, and also if anybody has any thoughts about the origins and what this holiday actually means, I mean, it very much has become a secular holiday, but it has roots in Christianity and I think paganism and Celtic lore, and lots of different thoughts on But I'd love to see what's coming in.
I love Tammy says the
Oh,
hot,
yeah.
sweaty plastic masks.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
having to wear a coat. So
Oh,
there was,
it was
there
usually
was like
cold.
either you were sweaty, you didn't know what the weather would be, you were sweaty, or it might have been snowing.
That's true. And Michael, see, candy apples were delicious. It was just the
Oh,
plain apples that, yeah. So popcorn balls and candy apples.
definitely.
Yeah. Um, Bumblebee. Oh, I
Oh,
love that, Julia.
yes. From Friends,
Yeah.
funny white wig, face paint. They said the visitors in Salem have been
Oh,
unbelievable.
oh,
This year.
wow. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll bet the yard displays are really cool. Um,
I was staying,
wow.
gave out king size candy bars. Whoa.
I'll see you at Christmas.
Oh, I love that.
I know. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I just feel like in these times we need something to bring a smile, like oh my gosh, with the trifecta of different viruses going around and, so much that to be able to just laugh and also remember and just take in and the good and the generosity in this world too.
Yeah, it really is such a nice holiday because depending on where you are, you get to see little kids in their costumes, and
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and start our practice. This will be about 12 minutes in alignment again with Dr. Amishi Jha's work that 12 minutes a day, 5 days a week is, kind of that sweet spot for starting to see change and kind of attitude and behavior and well-being and all of those things. So take a minute to just situate yourself. Select a posture that feels like it's going to work best for you this morning. And as always, that could be standing, sitting, and I don't usually say this, but lying down is also a meditation posture. The only problem with that is if you're sleepy, you might actually fall asleep, and then you're no longer practicing. So I would just say, watch. See how you feel if you're going to lie down, but otherwise standing or seated and holding yourself in a way that is upright and engaged so that the spine is straight but not stiff. So go ahead and adjust your body and make any micro movements so that you feel kind of solid in your seat or on the floor, and just allow the weight to surrender into the support of the earth. And notice how your body feels from the activity of your day so far. So perhaps you're aware of pulsing or a vibration or tingling, temperature, whatever sensations are being offered, just a receptive attitude, just receiving the experience. And let's all take 2 deep breaths as a way to begin, and making that exhalation longer than the inhalation. So on your own time, just go ahead and do 2 deep breaths. Really on that longer exhalation, just allowing your weight again to release into the support beneath you, being held by the earth. And just for a moment, let's expand awareness to include sound in the room or outside of the room. So just engaging the sense of hearing, and releasing that, bringing the awareness back inward to the whole body, And beginning to narrow that even further to the sensations you're aware of when you breathe. So as you breathe in and out, where are the sensations strongest? Or is it the belly or the abdomen area, the chest, perhaps the nostrils, or someplace else? So as the mind wanders, which it naturally will a whole bunch of times, each time you notice that the mind has wandered, not a problem. Soft mental note thinking. You can even be more specific, you know, if it was planning or remembering. Soften your body and then gently escort your attention back to whatever you're using to help anchor attention this morning. So that could be breath sensation. And if breath is hard for you, you could do points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. You could narrow that focus by taking the palms of the hands and resting on the thighs. That point of contact, that feeling could be your anchor. And it's always fine to use sound if you have a consistent sound in your background, but just something that you'll come back to over and over again, tracking sound or tracking a body sensation such as breath or a point of contact. So as always, I'll be silent for the next few minutes, and on your own, as you notice that the mind has wandered away, remember, not a problem at all. You're doing it correctly. Just notice, soft mental note thinking, soften the body, return to your anchor. Noticing where the mind is. Soften the body and return to your anchor.
Thank you so much, Tara.
Yes, yeah.
That was a very good practice this morning.
Yeah, and as always, feel free to share a resource that you've come across, a book or a podcast or an app that anything that you want to share with the community is fine to go ahead and put that in the chat. And or any questions or observations or thoughts about practice this morning, anything that came up for you that you want to either offer or ask. This is definitely the place to do it.
Or even another Halloween memory.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this this time of year, along with what you mentioned about the news, is such a time of change. We've talked about this a number of times. when the seasons change, but especially as we're next weekend, is it that we set the clocks back?
Is it or the week? Is it the weekend after? I'm not sure, but it's right. It's right around now. I was thinking the same because the leaves have been coming down like crazy in my yard and around. Um, but I always feel like nature teaches us about life constantly, that we're constantly in flux. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true.
Is
A quote
mindful.
from Sharon Salzberg: mindfulness isn't difficult. We just need to remember to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's interesting. I feel like when I first started to meditate and trying to have a regular practice, I actually had to put it on my phone
Right.
because like I used to if I got out of a habit of working out, sometimes I'd be like, okay, if I'm getting out of the habit, I have to put it on my phone. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
found that was really helpful.
Yeah. That's great.
But
Yep.
it is, and
Yeah.
whether we're sitting meditation or whether we're acting in a mindful way in our work or in our lives. So
No, it's true. It's true. I'm, learning the guitar, and if I put it on the visual stand out of its case, I'm more likely to walk by and pick it up and just, play a few chords and just do that a couple times throughout the day. It matters, it's
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Julia said she has 8:30 to 9 blocked on her calendar at work. So
Mm,
that's
yeah.
convenient. Untangle mindfulness for curious humans.
Oh, one.
Huh.
I don't know about that.
Thank you, Juan. Very
Untangle mindfulness for curious humans. That's
good.
wow, great. Yeah, great tip. Thank you. I'll
I
definitely.
wonder how you found that, Juan. If it just kind of came up on your feed, or I love the untangle way to talk about it.
Yes, I do too. I do too. There's Michelle McDonald, who's a meditation teacher, even has a talk like untangling difficult emotions. So there's something about the untangling that I like that connection.
Hmm.
Nice.
Sometimes like, I guess that connection somehow makes it seem, um, I don't know, like a process that's doable.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a soft way to say it.
Yeah. Yeah. Being booed, a treat bag left at your door, and then give a boo to another another neighbor.
I love that.
I
I,
know.
I, I have a funny memory as well. I like Alicia's idea of putting egg timers around, putting a
Yes.
timer for 12. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really nice. Yep.
I have another funny memory or someone shared with me. If you knew ghosting as a thing that the kids used to do, leaving candy, like ringing a doorbell and leaving candy, and you have to try to figure out who or catch the person. So now that people have these cameras in their front doors, like
Oh,
she got this picture of her son, and everybody, I guess the kids are now dressing up and doing costumes during the ghosting so people don't know exactly who they are. And someone got a picture of this kid in the I wish I could share it in the camera. That was absolutely hysterical.
oh,
It looked
wow.
terrifying.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, if no one else has anything, I have nothing else. I have nothing else to say.
yeah. Well, it's wonderful to sit with you, Tara, and to have you here and to be with the group. So
Yeah, thank you for
and
joining everyone.
yeah, and thanks for sharing. I'm going to look up this Untangle podcast.
Untangle mindfulness. Yes. Yep.
And the being booed, a treat bag left. There's a link there that I'll click on.
Yeah.
Maybe we can save that. Just I'll copy it just so we can save that. But thank you, Sandy. Okay, well, nice to see you here this morning, and we will see you again on Tuesday. And if I can think of who's here, Christine is here. Christine
Nice.
Johnson.
Great.
So, have fun on Halloween. I think Halloween is Monday, so we'll see you
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
See you soon.